I mean, globalization is a force that cannot be stopped. It's not new. It's age-old. It's been going on since the Phoenicians and earlier. And while we can make it better, the idea that somehow we can politically stop it or that we should is a fantasy. That means that entrepreneurs, even in places as parochial as Silicon Valley, and I say parochial not in the sense of the incredible diversity of people and talent we have in Silicon Valley, but the nature of the focus of the markets in Silicon Valley. I think globalization needs to be part of the tool set for every entrepreneur doing a startup today. That doesn't mean that they immediately attack markets in far-off lands. It doesn't mean that they immediately outsource to India or China. It means that they understand the palette they have to work with and begin to take consideration of that in the process of defining their business models, products. And so my sense is that every company needs to become global in a sense of understanding what it means to be able to be effective globally and what your business is going to look like as it matures. To the extent that you're talking about being global in terms of taking products to various markets immediately or outsourcing your innovation, I think that's premature. And I don't think startups need to be that proactive. Those are much more strategic decisions. In fact, there's a lot of discussion now about what gets outsourced. You know, everybody's terrified of all the offshoring to India and soon to China because India is too expensive. The reality is, there was a great article today in the New York Times on this, or was it Wall Street Journal, one or the other. Innovation is hard to outsource. It's hard to offshore. It's not because people aren't very smart at the other end of that pipeline. They are. They're very smart. But they're too distant from the market and the ecosystems that they have to operate in. It's not intimate to them. And they're not intimate in terms of the group that they have to operate with. Rules-based, structured development is well done at the other end of that pipeline. Innovation is not. And so early-stage companies don't need to concern themselves as much with that, depending upon what their business looks like. If your business is to take a product and port it to a new operating environment, by all means, do it in India. If you're interested in creating the biggest network search environment in the universe, a la Google, you better have a pretty intimate group of people who can operate at light speed together.